What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another DeFi video. I'm your host, Cole Corcoran, as always. So it's been a little while since I've done an airdrop video, so I'm excited to do this one. I think it's a really good play. I think we're early on it, and I don't think too many people are into it right now. It's called Zeta Markets on Solana. It's a derivatives market, so you can trade like perpetual futures. You can long and short different tokens on Solana. And when we're talking about like the whole airdrop space right now, especially the Solana airdrop space, I think everything is getting like really oversaturated. I think the whole airdrop narrative, especially the points narrative, is getting really oversaturated. Like most of these big protocols on Solana right now are doing airdrops, like MarginFi and Camino. I don't even think we're even close to the top 10 before they started doing their airdrops. I've seen Camino go crazy, like go up in TVL like crazy since they announced their point system. So I think these are both starting to get really oversaturated. If I wasn't in MarginFi for the last like 2-3 months, closer to 2 months, then I wouldn't be getting into it now, most likely. So if we scroll all the way down to number 20, you can see Zeta. It's the derivatives market. It only has 13 million TVL, way down here on the list, and nothing compared to MarginFi and Camino. So I think it's a really good play. I don't think too many people are on it right now, and they just came out with their season 2 of their airdrop season. They're calling it Z Score. It's like their point system they have, kind of like MarginFi, how they have their points. So you can check out their docs if you want to see like some more information on how you can earn the most points. For me, I'm just trying to take as many trades as possible. I'm trying to make as much trading volume as possible without risking any of my money. So I'm treating it kind of like a stable coin farm. I'm not even trying to get any exposure to Solana or any coins while I'm taking these trades. I just want to be able to put in, say, $100 and then take out $100 plus my airdrop allocation. So to keep it simple, the more volume you trade, the more your Z-score goes up, the more chances you have of getting a potential airdrop. Before I explain the strategy that we're going to go into, I wanted to bring up Drift Protocol, which is another derivatives market on Solana. It's pretty much the exact same as Zeta. But if we go back, you can see that they're number 9 TVL. They have almost 10 times more TVL than Zeta does. But they haven't came out with anything saying they're going to be doing an airdrop. They posted this tweet yesterday saying, fair, rewarding, fun, fast. Some details about trading on Drift, maybe a potential reward system, but there hasn't been anything yet. I'm going to go into my strategy on why I'm talking about Drift Protocol, because we're actually going to be using both of these derivatives markets to try and farm these airdrops. So to summarize, to get points, we have to open long or short positions in order to be active on the site, therefore eligible for the future airdrop. So the problem with this is some farmers like myself, I don't want to expose myself to any extra risk by taking these positions. So like I was saying in the example earlier, I want to be able to deposit $100 and leave with $100 minus whatever the trading fees are, and then also get eligible for whatever future airdrop there is. So again, the problem with this is you obviously have to take long or short trades. You don't have to use any leverage, so it is kind of the same thing as just owning some Solana, which is definitely something you can do if you're fine with that risk exposure. You can just go on Zeta Drift and just place a SOL long, and you'll start accumulating points on Zeta. But I'm not going to be doing it that way with this strategy. It's going to be almost like I'm holding a stable coin in terms of how much risk I'm willing to put on. So the solution to this is that we're going to be hedging our positions. We're going to be placing a long and a short on the same asset on 2 separate protocols. So we're going to be taking a long on Zeta and a short on Drift, for example. So if you think about it, if you're placing a SOL long on Zeta and a SOL short on Drift at pretty much the same time at the same price, the Zeta trade is going to be up 5%, while the Drift trade is going to be down 5%, and when you close both of them, you'll end up being just about break even from what you initially put into both of those trades. All right, so if you go to the Zeta platform, it'll take you to most likely the Solana trading menu. So this is where you're going to be placing all the trades. This is where you can see everything. And first, you'll have to deposit some money. So the way these derivatives protocols work is that you're not depositing Solana, or you're not just taking trades based on money in your wallet. You have to deposit a certain amount into your account first. So you put like 100 USDC into your Zeta account, and then you use that USDC to place trades on Zeta. So you go up to the top here. You click deposit, and then you'll just be able to deposit some of your USDC. If you have some Solana in your wallet, just swap that to USDC and deposit it into Zeta. So if you're doing the strategy that I'm doing, you're going to be putting half of your capital into Zeta, because we're going to be putting the other half into Drift. So if you're doing $100 altogether, just put 50 worth of USDC into Zeta. Now once you go over to the Drift protocol, it's going to be the same thing. It's going to show you the Solana chart that you can long and short on. Just going to go to the top here, deposit and withdraw. You can pick any of these assets to deposit into Drift. The cool thing about Drift is that you have USDC just sitting in your account on Drift without any trades open. You'll actually be earning 3.4% APR on that USDC, something you don't get on Zeta, so that's really cool. So go ahead and deposit your other half into Drift, and then we're going to go ahead with the strategy and place these trades. All right, so before we place the trade, it's important to note that sometimes I do trade different assets on here. So Zeta had an incentives program a couple weeks ago that if you were trading Bitcoin on here, you would have gotten 2 times the amount of Z-score or points for that week. So during that time, you would want to just, instead of placing a long and short on Sol, you'd want to be placing a long and short on Bitcoin so you can get those extra points. So keep an eye out for those incentive programs. There's been one for Bitcoin. There's been one for TIA. I wouldn't be surprised if when the Jupiter airdrop happens in a week or so, that it'll be the same thing, 2 times points for trading Jupiter on Zeta. But for now, we're just going to be trading Sol. So I'm going to be placing the short on Zeta and the long on Drift. So let's go over to the Sol perp here, sell, and then I have just under $100 after losing some money from fees. So I'm going to put $90 into the short here. So make sure it's at market value, $90. Go ahead and sell. And you got to be ready. You got to make sure you have money in both your accounts, because as soon as this trade places, I'm going to want to be as quick as possible on placing the opposite end of the trade on Drift Protocol. All right, we're all set up. So we got the long on Drift Protocol at 81.63 and the short on Zeta at 81.55. So we're off about 10-15 cents here. It doesn't really matter. And you'll see as you start trading on Zeta, there's a Z score up here, so I have like 1,000 Z score right now, which puts me already at under rank 10,000. So it's a really, really undersaturated play right now for airdrops, I think. But there we go. So it's really up to you. You can take a couple trades a week if you want. You can reopen one every day, every week. But every time you do, there's going to be a little bit of trading fees that you'll lose. But I think with whatever we get off the airdrop, whenever it happens, that it'll be worth it to lose the money on those trading fees. But anyways, that's it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching and taking the time. If you guys want to see more informative and concise DeFi videos, tutorials, news, make sure to subscribe to my channel. I just hit 300 subscribers, so thank you guys so much. The support has been crazy. Yeah, thank you guys again so much for watching. Take care.